everybody, we are back. Map number 3. Carpe Diem has won the knife. They start on the CT side of Nuke. I'm joined by Laz, and this is the final map for elimination from the IEM Dallas closed qualifier. If you win, you continue. If you lose, you're out.
Oh, it's all come down to this third and final map, and like we said in the pre-show, man, this is a map where Carpe Diem, they have a very good win percentage on this, whereas EG, they haven't had the best strides on this, but we'll have to see what they can do and see if this pressure cooker is going to be able to bring out something delicious. Not looking like it already.
They do get that opener out in the sight, but Chop is so clean. 2 crisp headshots, and Cirque has to try and find something from nothing. Not gonna happen. Too many bullets, too many people, and another cleanup from Walco out in yard. First round goes to Carpe Diem, and that's a great way to start it off after what happened last map. So I kind of want to continue on you were talking about there, because I think that's an important point to bring up, is that EG's last foray on Nuke did not end for them too well. It was a 16-11 loss to 9Z. So where 9Z do find themselves, 9Z did qualify, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was like, hang on, I'm like pretty sure they did.
I'm pretty sure. I thought I watched.
It's been a long
that
day,
game.
but yeah, I'm pretty sure. Come on.
But you know, like, that is a, you know, that was against a team that did qualify for the major. But if you're EG, you should be qualifying for the major with a team of this caliber. So it's we'll have to see if they can create the conditions necessary for them to put something together here. Tap away. Wiz able to land some on Cirque. It's such a dangerous angle to play from both sides, and using every single last bullet in their guns. X has to be careful here, because he's got to be very careful, and it will be an even trade. And he is lucky to be backed up by a lot of his teammates out there. If it was just the 2 of them in yard, that might have gotten a little bit sketchy, but able to survive the storm, weather it out, 2-0.
And when we kind of flip on the other script here for Carpe Diem, I mean, again, this is a map that they've had a pretty good record on, but again, they've played like Third Impact with like a 16-5 win. Even Bad News Bears went like a crazy amount of overtime, so 28-24. And so when we kind of talk about, you know, competition, I mean, Carpe Diem, you know, they've definitely played some, you know, teams in our region that are definitely noticeable, but like we said, EG, they played 9Z, which was a pretty phenomenal team that, you know, made their qualifications for the major, and we'll have to see again what this OG roster of EG can do. But Hex is able to find Rush already, takes down the old dog, and now they've been able to get themselves inside a secret, so that's good. And Wiz gets another connection on Stewie. Spots the one player that's made it across as well, but he doesn't realize that he's already on secret stairs. So EG now have already lost 2 members, whereas Carpe Diem, they got all 5 remaining.
This is a little bit awkward, though, for Carpe, honestly. EG's in a really good spot to capitalize on this A bomb site, especially with Hex so low. And it's going to be an even trade. Hex going through and Walco picking up automatic as well. But this should be pretty easy for Breezy to at least get a bomb plant down. There's nobody really here to cover for it yet, but that delay, he thought that Molotov was going to cause him problems, and it did not. So Breezy likely, okay. Gotta be careful. Lands the first, going for the second. That's 2. Only a 1 versus 1. Walco with 6 HP.
Oh no.
Breezy knows exactly where he is. He's gonna start the plant.
Walco! Where's Walco? Oh, the flash is in.
Another one. Oh, this is so rough.
He's just toying with him. So Walco now gonna go all the way around. He's gonna go for the full rotate, which is the right call. And look at Breezy. He's still focusing on this, but he does know that Walco could be coming through connector. It's definitely not,
this
not a possibility.
But
oh my god, but Walco, he's this confident that he's gonna go all the way around to heaven, and he's gonna have to be careful he gets this kill because he's down to 6 HP. Oh, he goes for the creep for Breezy. Oh, Breezy. Oh, but he gets the connection. Beautiful work. That's a quad kill. A round that shouldn't have been won for EG, but the individual prowess comes up big.
Yeah, that's just huge coming from Breezy. He's been a force to be reckoned with in this series so far, and that's not something you can really say for this whole squad as it stands right now. So it's great to see them beginning to step up, beginning to fit that name, and begin to fit the title that is EG. So Carpe is going to be reeling from that loss. That will shove them back down onto some pretty mixed weaponry, and their utility is going to be rather poor. And that is just, you know, unfortunate. They had themselves set up there in a 3v1, and Breeze just breezed right by them, but automatic caught out in the side, and Walko's should be able to survive this as well. These Molotovs might pin him back. The smoke will allow him to escape, but that opener is huge. I'm not fancying Clasia's chances of winning this duel through this smoke, though. It's smart enough to pull back on this. Breeze. Oh, does he see a leg?
I don't think he can. I don't think he can do it right here. I was thinking that too, but I think it's just missing it. Well, they regroup, and they're in lobby together, so they still have that utility available. They got the one smoke with a molly. Quite a few flashes that they got available too.
Looks like they're going to head their way down towards ramp. Classy and the only one here. There is one player towards lower in the hands of Walco, but he's not really in a great position for this, so Classy is going to have to go huge. Swing out, grabs two. That was huge by my book and does quite a bit of damage to Breezy as well. This is going to give Walco an opportunity to catch them on the swing. He's not going to push up for it quite yet. Plant's going to go down. Walco opening the doors, and Cirque misses the shot. Plant does go down, so there is the bomb plant, but Walco finds the remaining two. That will be a triple for him, and what a big play from Clasia.
Oh, man. Oh, the criminal just missing that op shot. I mean, yeah, the plant goes down, but I mean, if he would have been able to take down Walco, that could have been able to allow the planter to stay alive for another day, but that's costly. And I mean, now with Carpe Diem picking up this round with kind of that mixed purchase, they're sitting in a good position. The money situation is gained a little bit here for EG. They're not going to have plenty. I mean, they could try to go for a couple rifles, maybe work around them, but this moment we might just kind of expect a pistol armor and kind of a commitment, but at least Wiz does have that all back in play here for the Carpe Diem side, and there it is. The pistols are going to be purchased. Tech 9s, PT50s all across with a couple flashbangs, but no smokes. They're not going to commit too much utility for this one, Jacob.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I mean, we've seen them do crazy things on the pistols, and the Tech 9s have been terrifying so far in this best of 3. So this is, you know, definitely not over. They're going to hear that sound cue, and that's going to open themselves up. They're going to try and rush through Hut here. Here comes the utility. They've got to stand up large. Hex getting caught out in the open, and now Chop has to hold on to this bomb site all by himself. Does get the first, takes a dink in response, but Clasia responding as well across the map. Walco does land grenade kills, and that'll be another one from Chop. What is going on? I cannot comprehend where these nades are coming from, but it's just Breezy in a 1 versus 3. And we've seen this one before, and he does have a rifle. And it would be a quad kill once again.
Yeah, this would be the quad clutch that he would have to get for the second round for EG, right? So for anybody that didn't notice or was just tuning in, I mean, this was the only round that EG's been able to pick up was the clutch that came in from Breezy. But the good thing for him is he does have that bomb still on his back, right? So he's got some time. He's got under a minute, so he can definitely work around the map and try to see what he can find. Any stranglers, and Molotko has a good position, but he gets caught, the toes. And Clasia now here's the sound cue so he can communicate to Wiz and letting him know. But look at Wiz is on the other side. He's underneath, and they might be able to get the plant. Oh, no. Oh, no. He goes sacrificing. No. Not again. Not like this. Not again. But it's going to be Clasia that shuts him down, and they survive that threat again.
Oh, and they're not able to recover the op, although that is a little bit of a painful one. We'll go and double check. This does look like it's going to be a tech pause, and it will be a tech pause by Carpe Diem. So clearly something not quite right over on their side. But that was that was pretty rough there. I mean, they losing the op, that is a little bit of a financial hit, and that does put them within range of having their economy broken if EG can pull off this next round. But we'll have to see based off of how long it takes for this tech pause to finish up.
Yeah, and I mean, like, people are probably thinking, yeah, wait, but you guys, there's money. Chop's got 6,100. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's still, if they lose this round purchasing it up, like you said, I mean, EG put themselves in a good contention that they can bring this thing right back to a tie game. So if you can have that op and that huge amount of investment just getting floated around without having to purchase it, you're putting yourself in a way better position. So they are going to go for the buy, and it is going to be on the back of here Wiz again. Again, like you said, this is a very important round. And EG, like, despite that it's a 4-1, it's been a lot closer than what the scoreline's showing.
Yeah, that's for sure. They've kept these rounds close, albeit with Carpe coming in on top. It was just a team speak issue, so they were just getting that restarted back on up. We'll head on to round number 6. And as you can see now that they've purchased up, Carpe Diem's money is not in the greatest of spots. So that's what I was talking about before the buy and what Laz Sir here was explaining for me. And it's just going to be a matter of if Carpe Diem can hold on here, because this is a pivotal round. This decides whether or not EG can get back into this game right here, or if they're going to have to endure and claw for every other round after this.
And even Classy has changed up his positioning too, so now he's going to go through just secret, so he might be able to find himself on the stairs, and so he's just going to be on top of Twinkie, and now they're going to be able to reconvene and get themselves repositioned. Very slow round here from EG, getting the lobby control, but it's not really taking much away here. Carpe Diem not putting aggression for this one, but now the smoke wall is going to come in. EG is going to now throw the utility available to get themselves outside, and again, Walco might be able to find something as well as even Clasia.
Also, did you call Marshmallow Twinkie? Is that what you Canadians call it?
Yeah. Oops. I did.
I've just never heard that before. I was just wondering if that was a Canadian thing or what. Oh, automatic. Can't quite lock in the spray. This is a good kill for Walco, and Wiz in a perfect position to maybe get 1 or 2 even, but he lifts up. What a perfect bait. The jump bait pulls the op right away, and Cirque is able to land the shot. That opens up the B bomb site. There are 2 players here, but they are delayed in getting their way out here. Cirque is holding for this. Can't quite land the shot, though. That allows Classy a second opportunity. Throw some utility into the bomb site, maybe give Chop
oh, that's
an
huge
opportunity to deny the plant.
Oh man, they burned the time. There's only 8 seconds left, but oh my god, Breezy! That spray control, now it's getting planted. I don't know, they just get it right at the amount of time. With 1 second to spare, Walco gets the 1. He's got to get 2 more to make this a quad clutch situation. Rush, he's looking for a haircut. The buzz cut's close. And now Walco, he might not expect Rush to put this much aggression, and there it is, an EG. That's a scrappy round, but they get themselves a second.
And you can just see the economy of Carpe Diem in absolute shambles. They're just going to probably have to go for a force here, I would imagine. They might be able to pull a save over, but I'm going to imagine that they're going to force. And yeah, here it comes. Buying down to 0. So this would hand over 2 rounds to EG, depending on how this goes. It'll be a 2-round low buy situation for Carpe Diem. We do see the tactical come out from EG. This is the first one they've used so far in the series. So clearly, I guess map 3 is where they've decided that those are worth it. So an opportunity for them to really capitalize on their T side here. And you'll kind of notice too that EG's money isn't amazing either. Rush still hasn't bought up. There he goes. He buys on up. So automatic is relegated to using that Mac 10, but that is just in trade for utility. So this will be a full utility buy up against the force up from Carpe Diem.
I mean, it's so different about the timeouts, and I'm glad you mentioned it, because EG really have not burned any of their timeouts except for now. Whereas teams like Liquid, I swear they use every single one they can have, right? It's for a map, I mean, for a side, so it's just funny to see that, but we'll have to see now if EG use this timeout for a particular reason, and like we said, they're in a good position that they can claw their way into an even game and automatic. All right. Nice little quick peek, and there's another one there too. No trade here from Carpe. Oh my god, a D goal. It's going to be a one and done, but that's fine. And EG are in a good spot, and now it's just down to Clasia by himself, and he might just be walking himself into the scope of Cirque.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much as bad. That's that's about as well as the round would go if you're Carpe Diem with the weaponry you've got. That's pretty much all you can really hope for outside of landing a bunch of beautiful digs or whatever, what have you, to put yourself into the round. But this should be a pretty easy clear, and it is. And that would put EG on to 3. And
This
Wiz
is
has enough for a gun if he wants to. I imagine he'll probably just drop some more deagles over. But this will be one more round and an opportunity for Evil Geniuses to tie this game up.
Yeah, that's what we put a lot of emphasis on that, the last time in the round, because if they win the previous round before, it's now they got 2 rounds that they can claw their way back to a tie game. So the money has just been completely affected here from the side of Carpe Diem, but they are just going to preserve. They're going to just have USPs, no utility, nothing. It's a full save that's going to be commenced here from the CT squad, and they go for the stack
outside.
Oh man, it's good that it's the first time we've seen them put a full stack on something, right? They haven't really tried that, but it's just unfortunate to read.
They did it once on the overpass B bomb site, but it also was in the wrong place. So the gamble's not quite working out for them. But maybe they just kind of file up all they want and just kind of go for this.
It's all about damage and see if even Carpe Diem can pick up a kill at least. Oh, it's just looking like EG are hunting now. I don't think they spotted Wiz yet. They have not found him yet, so Wiz is kind of in a particular spot. And there we go. I was thinking maybe, just maybe, but no. We got ourselves back to a tie game, and now the money has finally made its wire transfer over to Carpe Diem so we can see what they can do, and Wiz will have the op out again. And a lot more responsibility for him to try to make something happen. But again, his utility is low, and he kind of preserved a lot. He put a lot of investment into this.
This is another technical from Carpe Diem, so something clearly still quite not right. I'm not sure if it was TeamSpeak again, actually having a player drop from the server, so this might be a little bit more serious before we head into the next round.
Well, at least it happens in the beginning of the round, not during. Those are always the worst.
Yeah, it's nice so far. I mean, the only ones that we've really seen, I mean, we had Swisher disconnecting earlier in the day, but this is, Walco lagged out, is the message thus far. We're waiting to confirm some extra details, so this could be a bit of a longer break because we're still waiting to hear back from Walco, but we will, we'll get you updated as soon as we can. This one. Oh, I was just going to say this one does look to be like it might be a little bit longer of a break. So I believe we will be heading off to a short break, and we will be back once things are sorted out. Thanks for waiting, and we'll be back again with map 3 in a little bit. Hey everybody, we're back. Walco is back. You'll have to ignore the HUD for a little bit as it isn't quite showing that. It is in fact showing that Cirque do be in fact on the wrong side, but that is not correct. We do have Walco back from his lag out, and we're back 4-4. And this is a gun round that we have on our hands here, folks. I'll have to ignore HUD as it should fix itself going into the next round. But for now, we're 4-4, and I'm here with Laz, just enjoying ourselves some beautiful Counter-Strike tonight as EG and Carpe Diem fight for survival in the IEM Dallas closed qualifier.
Yeah, talk about a fight, man. Third map, tie game already, and Carpe Diem had a great lead with a 4-1, but EG have now been able to get themselves a pretty heavy hand to get themselves back in this game, and Carpe Diem actually mixing up their playbook a little bit. They played quite aggressive outside, and now they're going to pull on back, and even EG going to get ready for the inside execute. Cirque's going to be able to have the molly land on top of HUD, and even also front as well to the back of site. And now Hex is getting a little bit bombarded by some players. They haven't committed yet, but they're going ramp. They're going ramp, and Wiz, he's finally able to get some retaliation, and Clasia does some damage too. But he's not able to get the kill, but Wiz, he's got a better position, finds himself a second one now here, Jacob. He's still alive, and his teammates are here to help him out, and he's just becoming a problem and a nuisance for the Geniuses.
All right, the lag man himself, he has to go big here. Breezy just gonna try and get his plant down. Walco shuts him down. He doesn't need internet to shut you down, and that will be a 5th round and a recovery round for Carpe Diem.
Pretty dominant performance too, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. That was clean coming off the break, and there we go. HUD's all fixed up. No more Cirque on the wrong team. No more undefined on the HUD. You'll love to see it. So we're back into things. Everything's cleaned up. We're ready. Oh, it's exciting. We love these map 3s. Just close games after close game. The question is, how does EG recover from this? Because their money is also kind of getting into a little bit of a weird position because they've been trading rounds back and forth. They were able to kind of start to build something up with those 2-round victories. And Carpe Diem's economy is also still in a little bit of a precarious place. So this round should decide the next couple as far as what the buys are going to look like.
Yeah, we talk a lot about these rounds and the importance of them, of course, when we look at the economics of the game. I mean, even Carpe Diem with a 1-round lead does not mean that could be still in the deck of cards yet. Good nade, does a little bit of damage against Stewie, but he's still going to press forward. The smoke wall's here, and Wiz now pushed back into locker. Not able to spot any of the T's that made a crossing.
There was a moment there where he might have seen an ankle.
Maybe.
It was corner in the smoke, but I mean, we have the benefit of seeing X-ray. Cirque, nice little boost to see into ramp. However, they've got a player boosted up that is Clasia, and Wiz holding back from. Ooh, all right, hold on. We get a little bit of excitement going on here. Can Clasia keep it quiet? Yes, he can, and he does get that first kill. Stewie though is pushed all the way around outside as they forgot completely about this, and Clasia isn't able to hit the shot on that, but Chop does follow up, preventing a complete catastrophe on the bomb site. Rush as well going down, Hex trading as well, and that just leaves automatic, and he's gonna get killed through mini. Hex cleaning up, and that is a 6th for Carpe Diem, and that does put them into a pretty good spot. EG's economy not completely destroyed, but it is starting to kind of get on that. They got one more buy, maybe a little bit more. The T-side economy can kind of hold on to that for a little bit longer than the CTs can, but they are going to be taking a moment to think about it.
Yeah, EG's not really called a lot of tactical timeouts except for this map on the 3rd, and they've already used 2 out of the 4 so far. They got the funds, so they could, you know, either decide to go for the commitment, but I think they're going to just go for the pistols with some utility. And the one thing we're definitely noticing is they're using a lot of Molotovs towards inside, so again, I'm not allowing the CTs to play the, you know, upper angle on top of the HUD or anything like that, which has been great. But I'll have to see what Carpe Diem can do, because like I mentioned earlier, this is, you know, the stronger side here for Carpe Diem. I mean, typically, historically as a squad, their CT side has been more of the blossom compared to T side.
All right with this utility. Let's see what they can do here. It's nice to see Carpe Diem kind of turn things back on after a rough couple rounds there. Playing back garage. Smoke wall is not as deep as the last one that they threw, but this does allow them to cross under, and they might take a good bit of damage. That nade not really going to land for too much, but the molly chips up to make it significant, and Chop is holding down lower. Whew, crisp. Have to be careful not to get overwhelmed here, though, but reloading at the worst possible time somehow escapes, and that is incredible. Somehow escaping around, and Classy is able to follow up. That drops the bomb. Breezy does have himself an A1S, though, and he is playing outside. I'm not really sure how he's going to factor into this round outside of maybe taking down some rotators, but Cirque is pretty stuck where he is right now, and he has not yet retained the bomb. And Hex is watching for it, so that will leave Cirque all by himself. Should be able to get the bomb. Nobody's really holding on to that, but there's also no guns around him to pick up, so he pretty much just has to walk out and hope that he can land something here. But Classy is lined up pretty much perfectly to take care of this. Ooh,
yeah, they know exactly. Ooh, there it is. Okay, so the nade does some good damage, takes down Chop, so Cirque's still got a bit of time to work with. Not a lot, but it's just under 30 seconds that he's going to have to make a move, and he might be able to creep himself through these vents, but Hex is just on the other side of this. That's it, and there we go. I was going to say, if this kill goes away, I mean, this could have been the bomb down potentially for EG, but Carpe Diem now getting themselves in a bit more of a lead than what we saw before, and that comfortability is starting to grow. It's not as gut-wrenching as before.
Interesting. Cirque has changed op skins in between maps. Unless that is unless that is a dropped op. But
very important.
Unfortunately, we cannot see that here. But I was just saying, you know, he was on
skins, dude.
He's on a fade now. That's different from before. Different from the he had a dragon lore before, didn't he?
Maybe.
The D lore. He had something fancy looking.
Something I can't afford.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's not for us. That's too rich for my blood. Walker playing an interesting position outside here in Sandwich. He's gonna have to fall back off the edge of this smoke. He's getting a lot of information with his ears though, and Hex was pushed quite a ways forward. If he had an op there, maybe take the head off of Breeze's shoulders, but Breezy looking to peek it out, and he's gonna, and that opens up a wide open hole, especially with Walco overextending outside. And suddenly 3v4. And they are in a position where they can pivot to protect against this, but it's still going to be a little bit sketchy, especially with the way that Automatic is playing outside. Classy only able to get a little bit of damage, but Rush killed Stewie with his own molly.
It's back to an even playing field now with that molly happening.
That's so weird.
That was very weird, and even Breezy's down to 17, and Wiz might be able to get the shot. He does! A little bit of magic now, and there you go. Chop's able to come from the back. He's able to get it. Now we see Carpe Diem taking this half, an 8-4, and if they can get themselves even closer to a double digit, that'll be a good start, especially going in the second half of this. But I mean, the thing that we see from Carpe Diem again is that they're kind of losing these duels where they're playing by themselves. There's not a lot of trades in the early stages, but then it seems like mid-late round they start to get their composure back. But there's a really good work that we saw from EG, just kind of getting a feeler for the map and then just winning some, you know, one-on-one fights, but just seemed to collapse near the end.
Yeah, no, I definitely think so. I mean, you brought that up perfectly, in my opinion, because it's like, it just feels like whenever, it feels like they kind of roll back into themselves and they figure out how to do it. But Chop, that's a pretty good opening duel to be winning. It is against pistols, but you know, you'll take that win any day. And it looks like Automatic thinking about walking his way out through the smoke. Not gonna happen. No, actually, Stewie is the one to walk out. And whoa, Automatic with a drive-by, but Hex is there to save the day. Wiz will finish off Cirque, and that's 9-4, and we're starting to get into territory that's a little bit sketchy for EG. Only 4 rounds, you know, this isn't the Nuke of old, so you do have to try and pull yourself in pretty close, otherwise you're going to be fighting an uphill battle your entire CT side. will be into the
There.
guns, however, so that is a plus for them. 2 rounds to try and make something happen.
2 rounds to make this a bit more competitive here for EG and get themselves back in a stronger footing. See if they can add a little bit of salt to the wound here for Carpe Diem, but no, Classy, he's able to get himself around. He gets on one more kill. That's the bomb drop too. So now they have all this information, but Stewie 2K and Automatic, look at that! Just like that, they clean it up, and it's just down to Wiz now in a 1-on-3.
Oh yeah, that's huge, and Wiz has got to start thinking about whether or not he wants to hold on to this op. They will have money going into the final round of the half, whether or not he does go for this. It's just a matter of if he can find that opening kill, will Cirque present himself to him, and it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So I'm starting to think they might just hold on to this AWP going into the next round. And yeah, I mean, honestly, it was just clean. They managed to get those kills on the site, and I think that's really what mattered here is in that take, they kind of focused on some of those peripheries just a little bit too much in some of those previous takes. And this really gave them an opportunity to kind of finally clear out that bomb site in a way that lets them plant the bomb. So Wiz trying to look for anything as an exit, nearly tagging Cirque through the wall and taking another pot shot, but nothing will land. And then it's a 9-5, EG with an opportunity to get 6, and that might be a little bit more doable. Going into their CT side, that'd be pretty easy for them to try and pull back. So chances.
Oh, there's always lots of chances. Bit of a blunder here too from Carpe Diem, but EG, they changed that pace, right? They put a little bit more aggression towards the inside side, and then they actually win it. Now they're going to mix up that play again. A little bit more focus from this CT side here. Going to put attention towards outside. Some good utility to just push back EG for the time being. Now we're just waiting things out again, and the smoke wall hasn't been commenced yet from the geniuses. We'll see what evil plot they got going.
I don't know why that made me chuckle. the geniuses. I don't know why. It's just humorous. I can't put a finger on it, so chat can just omega me here. But like, I don't know why. But that was just funny. The geniuses figuring out their strategy here, going into final round of the half. Looking like it's going to be another upper take. It has worked for them quite well, and there's only one player really here. And they're stuck in mini. So they've essentially kind of given up this entire bomb site. There will get to be some players up towards heaven, but Chop has to survive. The nade will do great damage to Rush, nearly taking the planter out, and that other nade will finish him off. Bomb doesn't go down.
That's finally going to get planted now. But it is delayed, so that's big, and Classy is going to be outside of Hut. Oh no! Oh, he's trying to get a better position, and now Cirque. He's going to get eaten alive. Oh, Breezy though. Not again, he's on a 3K so far. Oh no. And now Wiz by himself. He has to go for this. Can't save it all. He's got a full commit, and Stewie 2K is going to get the job done. We got a 9-6 half, and we're going to take a short break as we get ready for half number 2.
everybody, we are back. Half number 2. At the end of this half, and maybe if we go into OT, we will find out who is going to be eliminated from the IEM Dallas 2022 qualifiers. And Hex starting things out with a bang. I'm here with Laz, and we've got ourselves one fiery pistol round to start off. And look at this, 3 versus 2. Frags in a flurry, going either way. Stewie trying to land the headshot, can't quite beat it. And now it's just Cirque at 1v3. We've seen some impressive stuff, but it's not going to come out. Chop with a 3K to open up the pistol round for Carpe Diem and to put them up 10-6 at the start of this half.
Okay, so we gotta talk about what just happened there, right? Everybody's, whoa, that was quick. That was so fast. What happened? I mean, the fact that Hex was able to just swing out far right, he caught Automatic completely off guard. He was looking at Squeaky. He was not expecting somebody to be in hut. Then he gets a second kill on the person inside a mini before he goes down. Those first 2 entries just allowed so much room for them to get into that site. And again, Carpe Diem, man, they are just switching up into a gear. They know they're in a big position that they can take this thing to continue that lower bracket run.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 more matches to qualify after this one, I believe. let me verify that information again real quick. It's either 3 or 2. It would be 2 after this one. So they've only got 2 more best of 3s if they want to qualify in IEM Dallas, if they can win this map right here and right now. They need 6 more rounds, and that's the total of what EG's got on them. They're running with 2 scouts right now. Breezy has himself an MP9. Limited number of utility on this force buy. If they lose this force buy, they will be relegated back down to USPs. And another opportunity for Carpe Diem to pull themselves ahead. So this is a crucial round.
It's all crucial. And Cirque, okay, he's trying to do cool trick shots. No, couple.
Respect it.
Yeah, you gotta respect the cool shots, right? Well, you can get a bonus for doing some trick shots, but
the only thing I'm a little worried about here right now is that Carpe Diem really haven't set themselves up too much for this take of the A bomb site, so I'm a little bit worried that this one could fall apart depending on the timing. The utility rush even swinging in, doing a little bit of damage himself, and he will get taken out, so the MAC-10 is strong enough. Walco getting 2, spotting the players coming up from ladder, so they will swing around, but Automatic 2 with the deagle. That is huge. And now Chop has to go large. 8 seconds left on the clock. The bomb is down. And
what's happening?
The round has fallen completely apart, and it's going to be a round for EG. I cannot believe that.
How does it get thrown away like that? Carpe Diem, man, they just run the clock way too low. And man, you're going into a site where you're in such close quarters. That's where the pistols are going to thrive. And there you go. They're going to use the timeout in a much needed one. A round like that, they should never have lost. You never should lose a round like that, but they carelessly go into a site, like I said, that I just don't know what the call was. There must have been maybe a miscomm or something.
Well,
but now they get punished for it.
They lost it when Audi hit the double dig. I mean,
Fair
that was one shot after another. That second shot was that was kind of like a, you know, hope and prayer, and hope it lands kind of deal, and it did. So it does relegate Carpe Diem down to just some Galeels. You know, they don't really have too much to work with here, and they are going to have to try and win this round. It will be similar weaponry still on the CT side. They haven't really been boosted up too much. There'll be an ump actually coming out in the hands of Breezy. MAC-10 handed over in from the T side, and Stewie himself will be on the MP9, so this will be relatively even playing ground, but just they lost that round when they went to swing those 2 players that came up from the ladder. I think what you do is you try to play that safe. They just peeked that one after another, and it just made the round fall apart. Drop the bomb too.
Yeah. Never want to drop that bomb unless you're planting. Now, I mean, even look at the purchase here from EG again. Like, it's not like they're high rollers, but Tim's gonna be able to get a good kill. Circuit's a little scrappy, a little sketchy, but that's okay. He rebounds okay. And now Carpe Diem again. They're still putting pressure on outside, and no smoke wall. It's just gonna be the one smoke to get him to cross. Walco actually waiting to see if he can find somebody off guard, but Automatic. There you are. X-ray vision, and looking like a bit of a sweep potentially here, and Classy gets one good opening. Can he find himself a second? He will not, and there you go. Wiz by himself, and an 8th.
EG finding themselves back into this game. Let's see if they try to hold on to this weaponry. It looks like they will. They really didn't net too much off of the back of that round. They could hand over some guns. Cirque does have a little bit of cash, and so is Automatic, but it looks like they're just going to kind of hold on to what they got, maybe pick up an extra A1S, and plenty of util to go around. Carpe Diem relegate to the pistols, and this does give EG a chance to bring this one back and tie it up, and I think Carpe Diem is going to be in some trouble. They've lost the momentum now, and I think that round pushing on the A bomb site is going to cause them to play a lot more cautiously, and I'm not sure if we're going to see the same Carpe Diem that we see once they're firing on all cylinders. And this is, you know, we saw something similar happen, I think, way back in like DreamHack Open with pretty much this exact same roster minus Classia when they were playing against Liquid, and Hex had his huge game, but they just couldn't put it together once they lost confidence. So this is going to be important for them to kind of make this happen. And this pistol looking like it's just going to be a freebie. And Wiz playing for the knife. Stewie's here for it, and he will land none of it. And that will be 9th round for EG.
Yeah, not much to expect from Carpe Diem in a round like that too, right? Like no investment at all. There's just Glocks. Maybe if we would have saw like some flashes purchased, that could have allowed maybe a bit better of an opening, but a bit of a meat grinder round. But like you said, now guns are going to be purchased. This is where Carpe Diem need to build back that confidence, because we saw that on map number 2, man. It was shut down. A map that they historically have been quite proficient on, and they got kind of annihilated at 16-8, and now EG are getting themselves one round away from tying this thing back up. The smoke walls are going to be placed here from Carpe Diem, but they're not necessarily putting that pressure. Chop actually has been able to creep his way through, but it looks like it might be a bit of a fake.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're just kind of holding on to the lobby, and they're trying to convince EG to send a little bit more, send a few more resources down towards the B bomb site. Doesn't look like it's really pulling much of anybody, though. Is the closest that they have are some players towards ramp, being 2. They're just going to try and gather some information, gather some damage. Playing this slow game, playing for the reactions. The trouble with this, though, is that it relies on your opponent's, making a mistake. And EG is kind of beyond the point of making some of these mistakes so far, but Breezy does get caught off guard, and Classia with a sharp shot, and this might be an instant save call.
Yeah, I don't know if EG want to go for this. I mean, they have a bit of utility available here for Cirque, but...
Okay, they're going back for it.
Yeah, they're going to have to get a kill, though. They're going to need to get something moving here. Automatic does spot one player on red, but now Automatic does not look like he's putting any sort of pressure in the world for this. So I think now Carpe Diem been able to get themselves this 11th, but can they survive this? Can they ensure that Classy and Hex get out of this alive? I don't know. And Automatic, he's still waiting, but what a big play. Just like that, 2 kills, and they got themselves around.
I mean, that is, the A bomb site in a nutshell. If you're able to drop the utility that closes off that bomb site and isolates those players, you can find yourself a free bomb site and force the CTs into an immediate save. Like, it's just making sure you can get those entries. It's such an entry-dependent bomb site. And it works out for Carpe Diem, and they're able to claw themselves back into an 11th. And this is where things are going to start to get ugly after this point. Cirque going to go onto the AWP, and the real guns are completely out for EG. They will no longer be relying on their Galils and saved over guns. Stewie will hold on to his Galil for a little while longer, which economically is a smart play. But Carpe's got a lot of work out ahead of them if they want to try and claim this map for their own.
The full rush, and look at that. Hex is now able to get inside a vent. Look at how much control he has. This is amazing. This is so much real estate. Automatic, though, he's expecting this. But it's a matter of the timing. If Hex can find this, this is going to give so much more ground. Oh my god, look at that! Perfect placement! The crosshair makes the connection now. He's so pesky, man, and EG now have lost a big fragger on this team. And look at that, they're just going to go right back outside.
Oh, Stewie, that's huge, but they're watching for it. Look, they've got a player up. Oh, but he can't quite see it. Classia Maybe trying to scale down now. I think he saw him go through. Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. We don't have his POV from that, so we can't quite tell, but there's a chance that he saw him there. And the T side is working their way backwards.
What is happening? They look
Hex
so
is
confident
just-
for this.
Yeah,
Oh, he's distracting.
Oh no. I think Hex had to stay alive there to hold this round together, because now it's going to be pretty obvious where they're going to be going. Hex was just a feint. Circa's going to fall into the bomb site. He's going to lose his life. And Breezy is going to get one in response, but Walco unable to get the frag. And it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, leaving Classia all alone, but it's going to be Stewie from up top, from the top rope. 10th round for EG, and it just fell apart on the seams of a flank.
Yeah, and man, you said it right. I mean, you said it best. I mean, Hex needed to stay alive. The whole point of him being in that position is he was going to throw a bit of a fake, have EG kind of commit their attention to it, whereas the other teammates were going to try to go on the upper site and try to get anybody off guard. But as soon as he died, they knew exactly what was going on. The jig was completely given away, completely up. And man, EG now put themselves in one round of a difference, back to a tie game. And the money's available here for Carpe Diem, but that is a round that, again, it's just been so like demoralizing for this team. They just seem to have the right idea, but it just crumbles.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes off the back of mistakes, and this is really what prevents some of these, upper tier 2 teams from competing at some of these high levels, is that they can't quite close those rounds out. And that's where things get really tough for a team like Carpe Diem. This is always where they've come up short, and if they can make it happen here, then they can make it happen anywhere. And that's something that they need to prove to themselves in order to be able to compete at this level. And unfortunately, that was a perfect example of that exact kind of mistake. And now they just have to make sure they don't get overzealous. They don't try to play the rounds too fast. Continue to play to your pace. Continue to play exactly how you were playing, and not giving up too much information, giving yourself up for too many kills on the whim that you might get a 1 or a 2K, because that will lose you rounds, and that will lose you the game and remove you from this closed qualifier. Chop, though, trying to go for something outside, was protected by the smoke wall for a little bit there, but no longer. Rush not blinded by that, and he's going to be able to get a triple off of the back of it. The flashbang bounces at the bottom of their feet, blinds everybody in the line. Wiz going down. It'll just be Chop in a 1 versus 4. He has found himself onto the B bomb site, but it's those small mistakes that have the highest consequences. And Cirque dialed in. Can't quite land the shot, though. Chop sharp enough for 2. But it's still a 1v2.
Yeah, and he's so low. He's down to 6. We're down to 5 now. Doesn't even have control of the bomb either. He's got lots of time, so he can make EG sweat a little bit in this situation, but if they play this right, if they get just the immediate trade, I mean, they're going to be fine. But this is, again, just those critical mistakes that come down, unfortunately, for Carpe Diem. But you cannot take that away from EG, though, capitalizing on this.
I mean, complete respect to Evil Geniuses for just having things put together. Chop with another headshot. Stewie should be able to clean it up. He is playing from the opposite side. That one's just a little bit too hard to pre-fire, and they will carry the op over. And hey, there's that op I was talking about before. So he did have somebody else's op.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like, we have to give full credit to EG here, because it's like, here's their problem as a team. They play super sloppy when they get into the games at first, but they start to clean things up. They start to play to their own level as they develop and build through a series. The only problem is that sometimes it takes them too long to get to that point. And that's what loses them some of these, open qualifiers, some of these closed qualifiers. But they have an opportunity here to continue themselves through the lower bracket if they can continue this round of if they can continue themselves, throughout this round.
Ooh, and everybody's made it across too, right? Ain't a secret that they're there, but they've been able to get there. Stewie now goes for a big swing. He's able to find a 2K, stays true to his name. Classia tries to get something done in the vents, but now it'll be Chop. Okay, so he's been able to find one head. Automatic's going to reposition. He gets out of this situation now. The bomb's still in control here for Carpe Diem.
Oh, Walco.
Walco could change it, but no, Automatic. That's the reposition we were talking about. And now it's just down to Chop again in a clutch situation when he's down under 10 HP. And now this is a potential for EG to get themselves in a lead.
Yeah, 3 versus 1. Once again, Chop with the low HP. Just, this is tough. Rush is in a perfect position. Sees the foot. Should be able to finish him off. Somehow not landing a bullet onto the feet, but that will be enough right there. 12 for EG, and they do take the lead. And things are starting to look rough for Carpe Diem. You know, you got to start to think, you know, where are they at mentally? Are they going to be able to pull themselves back from this? They need a round pretty much right now to prove to themselves that they can continue to fight in the series. Otherwise, we're going to see this snowball.
Yeah, and this was definitely the theme like we saw a little bit earlier on with them. Gonna need to get a second win to get some smooth sailing here. But doing a little bit of TK damage by accident. Wiz is down to already 82, and the fast smoke wall is going to be commenced now from Carpe Diem. A little bit more of a faster pace, and they're going to try to get themselves outside.
I do like the pace change because this is not something that they've shown up like, oh, what a direct
like
nade
that.
that actually bounces right into Chop's guts. And Rush has pushed up pretty heavy here. I mean, this ramp has been the bane of existence for Carpe Diem, and once again, the off shot lands the first one. They're going to know there's 2 players here. They have to pivot, and they have to pivot fast. They're giving them too much time here.
Yeah, a lot of respect's being given to EG now. The hesitation's there. Carpe Diem, though, they only have lost 1 player, but again, gonna have to put up a little bit more heavy lifting for this one, and you're gonna need to get a gun that's gonna rattle some kind of a head here from against EG. Very slow round. Now the nade's gonna be used. The molly gonna be clearing out vent. Now the execute's coming in, so now Rush is fully blind. He's just blind shooting. He's trying to see what he can do. Walco gets the job done, but he will get caught with it. Automatic on the side as well. Classia, can he go with a big excellence of a spray? No. It's gonna be EG now getting themselves a 2 comfortable lead. And Carpe Diem might just need to go for another save.
Yeah, this is where things start to get worrying. They're running out of rounds to play with, and they are just been going into these duels, and it just feels like they're starting to go through the motions. Gone are those crazy shots from Classia that just, you know, where he flicks halfway across his screen to, you know, take a 1-tap onto whoever the heck's in water. And, you know, they just need to find that again, and look at that. So much utility in Stewie taking Hex down. They're just going for these desperation plays. I think they need to... I mean, hold on. Before I get too crazy, they are on a pistol here still, but I do think maybe something a little bit more concerted might be a better move here. Classia is going to make himself, or make it down to the lower bomb site and work his way up through secret, see if he can catch anybody out in yard. There are a couple of players out here that he might be able to take advantage of, but automatic is pretty tucked in.
Oh,
all right,
okay.
Classia. He does get that deagle shot. And if we can start to see a little bit more of that, see a little bit more of this raw aim that we've seen from them, but it's, oh man, it's Breezy once again. He's 27 and 16 right now. They're just playing out of their minds. Breezy has had a great series despite some of the shortcomings of EG.
That's what you want to see too. I mean, Breezy is one of those players that everybody always talked about, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, if he can come alive, the series is pretty much over. I mean, that's what made them #1 in the entire world back when they were playing. And there it is, 14. This is pretty much the last opportunity for Carpe Diem to keep themselves in the series and prevent themselves from being eliminated from IEM Dallas 2022. And they're, you know, and this is pretty much it. They've got the rifles, they've got the utility. They just have to find the round.
And the thing is, like you said, I mean, they try to go ramp. It's not really been on their favorable side. I mean, it's when they get outside, they get the secret control. That's been kind of the bread and butter, and that's what's been working for them.
Oh.
Gun dropped. I think Stewie accidentally hit a little bit too many things there, too many keys. But now we can already see.
Now on the lower floor of the bus site. I do think that may have been an accident. Yes, we did see that too. I apologize. We did catch that. And just running out on the bomb site, and they're just going to get caught in the crossfire. Only 1 player makes his way out. Classia does get 1 kill in response. That is the upper player. Wiz has to go huge here. He cannot. Stewie in the center of the bomb site. Classia, the only thing remaining, holding this round together. Can we see some of that aim? Yes, we can. He gets another, but Breeze, he is too good in the back of the bomb site. 15 rounds. We are on series point, and this is for EG to continue on in their lower bracket run, and Carpe Diem on the verge of elimination.
Oh, the tactical timeout's now coming in. 3 out of 4. I was thinking they would have done it last round, but now they realize they got to cool off. They got enough money that they can put guns on the board. I mean, Hex is going to maybe have a bit of a hard time with utility, but he might just need to be the one big fragger. But like you said, I mean, we're not seeing kind of the same performance that we saw earlier on in this best of 3, and now they've tried to mix up the playbook a lot, but it just, again, seems like they get a little hesitant on what they're trying to do. But another pause will come in.
This does look to be a technical this time around, and it will be. This is Carpe with a technical timeout. So presumably something wrong over on the Carpe camp. We will investigate.
Another TeamSpeak issue. But oh man, Cirque's got that up. EG in a good spot now. 4-round comfortable lead that they're on match and series point. Carpe Diem are now going to need to pick up the bootstraps, and they're going to have to get 4 rounds to push overtime. I mean, all it has to take is them picking up a round, and the money situation just could crumble here for EG. Like, look at what they have. Breezy has 55. I mean, Rush with 44. It's not like they're just sitting on a pile of money here. So it'd be easy enough.
They could take them down right here. I mean, they have enough for a buy. It is a little bit, you know, it's not the best buy here on the T side, but it's a chance. And that's all they need. I do have confirmation it was just an FPS bug over on the T side, so they've got that figured out. And here we go. Last opportunity for Carpe Diem. Can they start to string something together? Can they keep their tournament hopes alive for IEM Dallas? Molotov's falling all over the place. Does it mess with the smoke wall? No, it doesn't. Cirque unable to catch them as they cross down lower. This is the first time I think I've seen them really plow down into the lower bomb site like this. Just
low damage too.
Using those smokes, and there is a player down here in automatic. Another on ramp that can make a fast rotate. It's just a matter of how they deal with automatic. Crucial.
He's in such a good position too, right? When you play behind that silo on the top ground, like, you can just mix it around. So yeah, like you said, they're going to need to be able to find a way to take him out. Not losing too many bodies. Lassie now going to join the party. Man, this is so tense. Nobody's taken any damage. Nobody has seen each other yet.
I can't believe that they've gotten this far. They are down by the B bomb site. No damage has been exchanged. And this is such a crucial moment in this series. Utility worked up, readying themselves here. Automatic lined up for the push out from Squeaky Door. Can't find the first one. It will be Wiz. That is the B bomb site wide open. Walco here to prevent the fast rotate, and Clasia as well, ready for it.
Oh, Clasia.
Deeper out though, so I'm not quite sure.
Oh, Clasia.
Dewey.
Oh, Clasia. Oh my God, he gets the 2. The big old lurk. He's able to find 2. Can he get himself a 30? Won't. But he's just shut down this round, EG.
This is huge. This is huge against their save, because EG is completely, you know, they're going to be down in the dumps, you know, monetarily here. So they're going to start hunting.
They have to. That's where we talked about it. If Carpe Diem can pick up the round, I mean, they can easily bamboozle the money situation. They were trying to find that up. They wanted to get it removed here from Cirque. They're not able to, but it will be 2 guns that are going to be preserved here for the evil geniuses, and we'll have to see if they can live evil for another round to bring themselves over that finish line. And Carpe Diem, man, the band-aid is still on and it's still working, but they got 3 more to go.
Here's the thing, though, is that EG still has another full buy in them because that op has been carried over. They can survive 1 more. Carpe Diem just need to make this round work, and if they can, they've got a real chance of bringing this one back up for overtime. And boy, would overtime be exciting for this matchup. Question is, do they make sure they play this carefully, or they take some risks? Looks like they're going for this outside smoke play once again. Smoke wall hasn't gone out yet, so not quite sure what they're planning here. Just looks like they're holding for some sort of outside push, but it looks like the bulk of the CTs will be placed over towards one secret, one ramp, two on the A bomb site. Actually, two ramp, pardon.
And EG are not even putting pressure on outside either. Like, they typically, you know, throw a lot of utility to slow things down. Automatic actually going to get pushed back with that molly. So he can't play aggressive. Can't go for a big old swing. Rush going to be ready for the molly in front of Secret. But he will change his plan, and there is a gap in the smoke, so Automatic might be able to find something, but it's only one player, Classia, that he has to worry about. And look at this Carpe Diem, man. They are just mixing up the playbook. EG are on a bit of a guess.
40 seconds.
The mollies are ready. There's only 40 seconds left. They have to start moving. It cannot wait any longer.
Things are getting tense. A bomb site, lots of utility coming in, but no push has come in yet. Biding their time. 25 seconds left on the clock. This is starting to get down to old Navi execute levels of timing right here. Rush is prepped for this flank. They have given up outside, knowingly chopped. He's going to walk right into his field of view, and that will be Rush getting the first kill. Breezy onto the second. Classy and Hex straight out. It's only going to be another, but it's going to be down to Walco, and that will be it. Carpe Diem are eliminated from IEM Dallas in the close qualifier, and such a heartbreaking way to lose it, too.
Oh, it really was. And again, this is a team that's, like we said, in the very beginning of this, if people are not aware, you've been sleeping under a rock, you don't know.